나이트
히트 시즌2
박영훈입니다. 전태양 선수랑도 하고 싶었는데 저보다는 좀 안전하게 가고 싶어서 한 걸음 물러선 것 같아요. 당연하게 그냥 주성욱 선수 이길 때가 된 것 같아요. 제가 많이 지던 때는 군단의 심장대지 공허의 의산의 박영훈을 보여드리겠습니다.
KT 롤스터 프로토스 최상일입니다. 잘하는 선수랑도 하면서 핑크까지 하니까 기분이 그렇게 좋은 편은 아니시고 그나마 한희석 선수가 만나게 되면 그래도 치열하지 않을까 생각해요.
아프리카 소속의 테란 얼라이브 한희석입니다. 솔직히 많이 어려운 조긴 한데 이번 조에서 제가 올라가면은 우승 확률이 좀 더 높지 않을까라는 생각으로 뽑았고요. 아무래도 주성욱 선수가 제일 어려울 것 같고요. 제일 쉬운 선수는 최상일 선수가 제일 그나마 편하지 않을까 생각하고 있습니다.
KT 롤스터 프로토스이자 주성욱입니다. 1대1을 되게 하기 싫어했는데 그래도 오히려 8강, 4강 이런 데서 만나면 한 명이 무조건 떨어져야 되는 상황이기 때문에 그것보다는 좀 덜 부담스러운 것 같아요. 박영훈 선수도 제 기준으로 좀 괜찮은 것 같아요. 빨리 하고 빨리 올라가서 남들 16강 피 터지게 싸울 때 좀 최대한 편히 있으려고 생각하고
저는 솔직히 16강이 가장 큰 고비라고 생각하고 이 고비를 쉽게 넘겨서 꼭 이번 시즌은 양대 우승할 수 있도록 하겠습니다.
무기력하게 떨어지지 않고 이번에는 꼭 8강 가서 더 높게 올라가는 모습 보여드리도록 하겠습니다.
이번 제가 게이머 생활하면서 아마 제일 열심히 해야 이 조를 어떻게든 뚫어가야 하지 않을까 생각이 들고요. 제가 뽑은 만큼 실망스러운 경기력은 안 보여드리도록 노력하겠습니다.
본선에 한 2번 정도 올라온 것 같은데 이번이 3번째인데 2번 다 8강에서 떨어져가지고 이번엔 꼭 우승까지 목표로 열심히 하겠습니다. 파이팅!
Welcome to the second season of the StarCraft 2 Star League, the SSL, down here at the Nexon Arena. I am Valdez. With me is GTR. That's not on.
Yeah,
hey, here we are.
Yeah, what's
on
up, guys?
camera. Feeling good about today's group. It's going to be a sick one. Dark, Trust, Alive, and Zest. Tons of big names in that one.
We've got the SSL champion in Dark trying to defend his throne, as we saw in the open. Like, that title is sick, by the way.
Yeah.
And we've also got Zest, who is the current GSL champion, but the question about Zest is that he lost the road twice in that Pro League match against Jinna. Is his Zerg versus Protoss dodgy at all? Like, that's a question that we're trying to ask today. And then you got the Dark Horse in Trust from KT. And then finally, Alive, who's always a Dark Horse every time we see him in Korea.
Yeah, and he's been doing better and better here. So Dark and Zest, they've got the consistent results. Alive is looking really strong nowadays. Trust is the guy that looked really inconsistent in his group. He just barely got out in the tiebreaker.
He had to beat SOS.
Yeah,
and that
he
was
went
crazy.
5-0 in the morning session, and then 0-5 in the afternoon session. And everybody was like, "What is going on? You're losing to the same players that you beat in the morning session. How did this happen?" And it forced that tiebreaker situation where he took a best of one against SOS, which it is a PvP, it is a best of one. He did look good in some of his games. He looked great, but I don't know if he's going to survive in this one. He's going to have to pull out something crazy for this group.
Yeah, I don't think he has that consistency that you look for in a strong Star League / GSL player that we always see from players such as maybe a sort of super sort of player who doesn't really get it to round of 8 or round of 4, but he always performs consistently in these round of 16, round 32. Anyway, moving on to the schedule here, we do have 4 groups for the round of 16. Group A that we're doing today will be Dark, Trust, Alive, and Zest. Next week will be Stats, Bomber, D, and Gumihone Group B. Group C will be Solar, Super, Beyond, and Classic. And rounding up the round of 16 will be Group D with Patience, Cure, Reality, and TY.
Outside of Group A, just taking a look at these groups, I feel like probably Group B is the second hardest. But then again, Group D is also really close. Those two are very, very close. Yeah. And then even Group C, you know, Solar, if he has a good day, he could do really well. But Super, Beyond, and Classic are all looking really strong.
And it's funny to see Beyond and Classic are in the same group as they were in the GSL. But they didn't actually get to play against each other, if I'm not mistaken, yesterday. So it's going to be good to see here. And as we mentioned before, today's matchup, Dark versus Trust. We've got the SSL champion against one of the up-and-comers from KT Rollstar. and then following that will be Alive versus Zest, the GSL champion. And this is the dual tournament format that we're all used to at the GSL. No surprises with this format.
Yeah, if you watch the GSL, you know what it's all about, right? You play your first 2 matches, you have a winner's match, loser's match. The winner of the winner's match gets out in first place. The loser's match loser goes out in last place. Then they play that final match to decide who is going to be the second player to get out of the group. It's going to be 5 best of 3s between some really sick players today. It's going to be a lot of fun, GTR.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely a lot of fun because we do have those champions of Korean StarCraft leagues. And I reckon we'll see them play against each other in the winners match. It looks like we've got Hyunkyung here.
Bit of interesting music as we transition over to Hyunkyung. Not exactly sure what she's saying, but we can kind of just talk over here.
Yeah,
Probably
no
just
worries.
go into maybe some format stuff.
This is like the event that you can get here at the studio over in Gangnam, Seoul, South Korea. You can actually win these photo cards if you post on the message boards, of course, in Korean, but that would be pretty sick to have. Would you rather have these or the badges that we sent out last year?
Photo cards are pretty cool. I think we've actually done this before, if I'm not
I think for Pro League we do photo cards.
But yeah, you definitely have to go online onto the message boards. Maybe you could have a Korean friend help you out with that one.
Yep.
Seems like you have to go from like community to the Star League board and then the live something board.
Yeah, live comment board.
Yeah, and then you
That was, well, maybe 1-2 second switch to covering the face.
really caught them off guard. They were really trying to surprise those fans. Didn't want them to cover their faces.
Yeah, at least it wasn't that a really awkward 30-second pause that GSL is known for doing. And also Pro League recently.
Yeah.
I've seen that a lot.
We did. We had that one time. So it's going to be a great day of matches here for sure. We also got the Pro League Round 3 playoffs this weekend, so you guys don't want to miss that. There's going to be GSL tomorrow as well. The new schedule here in Korea ever since Round 3 has just been from like Wednesday until Sunday, I guess, and it's going to be that way up until the end of Round 3 here. So make sure you guys are tuning in tomorrow and the next day and the next day, because all those days are going to be really, really cool.
Yeah, and with the Brood War League coming up over at Africa TV, Tuesdays is going to be filled with Brood War as well. So there's StarCraft every day except Monday, so get hyped for that.
Yeah. Well, take a look at this. Dark, he was a finalist in both the Kespa Cup Season 1 and 2 of 2015. He won Season 1 of SSL, and he was a finalist there in the cross final as well. So this guy has tons of big results in the last couple of years here in Korea.
Yeah, my question with Dark right now is, in Pro League, he's looked very weak. Like, his wins haven't been looking very convincing. His losses have been, frankly, pretty one-sided. So he is known in this matchup, Zerg vs Protoss, for pioneering that Baneling Ling drop style. But here we have Trust, who is a protege of Stats, who I guess you could say figured out how to deal with that build.
Yeah, for sure. We'll see if he brings some of that into today. You guys can see his Season 2 challenge results where
I don't think he played Sue, he played SOS.
Yeah, it wasn't Sue, it was SOS. That's why it's a 2-1 there. They had to play that extra game. And he also got into the round of 16 of last season as well.
He got wrecked by Soulkey, if my memory serves me correctly there.
I think you're right, 3-0 or something like that.
2-0 or something like that. But it was very one-sided.
Yeah.
And coming into this first match of Group A, the opening day of SSL 2016 Season 2 here at SPO TV Games. Our first match will be on Dust Towers, and our next 2 games will be on Sejong Station and, if needed, Frozen Temple.
Yeah, so kind of the standard maps that you got here, the ladder maps coming in. You guys should know all of them very, very well. Dust Towers, everybody's favorite here at the SSL. We had one group where it got played 17 times at the challenge matches, so no surprise to see it here as game number 1. But let's jump into that game right now, guys. Dark versus Trust on Dust Towers. Here we go into Dust Towers. In the bottom left, in the red, the Zerg player from SKT. It is Dark.
Oh, Dark fangirls are out here. Spawning here at the top right from KT Rollstar as Luke Protoss, it is Trust. Hard to get used to doing. Hard to get you. Bit of mic fuffle there. Hard to get used to doing the
a mic fuffle.
My train of thought is lost. Oh yeah, it's hard to get used to doing the actual intros now since yesterday we did do the GSL group with the lovely voiceovers for the players, but now we're here at the SSL where we don't have those voiceovers, so you know, a bit of a climb to get back used to that system that we have here at Spro TV.
Yeah, you got to acclimate yourself to the different formats of introductions we have at the two studios. It was your first day down at the GSL yesterday. Went very well. Was a lot of fun games there. We had Beyond and Classic get out of that group.
Yeah, and Beyond and Classic will be playing against each other in Group C, so that should be very exciting to watch once we get there in a fortnight's time.
Yeah, we already have an interesting build coming out of Trust here. I was going to say that this guy, realistically, are going up against Dark, the champion of last year. He picked you, and he even said it in the...
Lend me 1001. No.
Dark has trust issues.
Trust issues.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh my god.
That is so funny.
That's like Cheerful of the Year.
Yeah, but this is what I'm talking about. He's going for some kind of cheese because...
Well, this is something he needs to do if he wants to win this game, because there's no way in the world that there's no way that Trust is going to win a straight-up macro game against an opponent of Dark's caliber.
Exactly, and he knows that well enough, right? He's got Zest in his group too, and that's going to be a team kill. Both players commented on that one, said they weren't very happy with that, but that is the way that the groups came out here. And this might not be a cheese, it could also just be the Disruptor drop. We've been seeing that every once in a while nowadays.
Yeah, once in a blue moon. But like, we've seen this map so many times with this matchup. A lot of the Protoss players do like to go for the really quick free bases, get the Oracle out just to help assert map control. And we see that Robotics support bay being built for Trust, so probably going to see that Disruptor drop play from Trust.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, I forget who the Protoss was that did it.
Ooh, this is not what Trust wanted.
Where's your Stalker? Looks like he was in position to deny some Overlords, but this Ling is going to see it anyway.
Yeah, and Dark's going to have full intelligence of what Trust is doing right now.
Oh boy.
And unfortunately for Trust, he just didn't have that Stalker in place to stop those Zerglings.
Not a good start here for our boy Trust. What I was going to say before is that I think Dark had a different Protoss do this to him before.
I think it might have been Deer, because Deer really likes to use this build as well.
Yeah, I think you might be right. But... yeah, I mean, he sustained a lot of damage in that, but the fact that he gets the scout this early, it seems like he actually wants to go really, really aggressive here. Lots of Lings, even a drop Overlord being made. He wants to perhaps drop into the back door. It looks like he's setting up for that right there in the back of the third base.
Well, this is the best move for Dark because he knows that that Mothership core isn't even out yet. Well, it just got built from Trust, but it doesn't have any energy for those photon overcharges. And if it just rallies Lings over, all Trust has in terms of unit production is that gateway and that robotics facility.
He doesn't have much. He's got a Stalker and an Adept, and the Adept is going to get surrounded. He doesn't even shade here. Oh boy.
He tries to wall in with that Stalker, but there's the Overlords with the drop upgrade that can just easily bury Zerglings and even Banelings once they get morphed into the base of Trust.
The one thing that Trust has done is hold this ramp for now, but he's not mining in his back door, and that pylon is going to go down at the Robotics, and it looks like Dark just wants to break the front too. There is that one weak pylon here, and he could just run his Banelings in, and the units are right next to it.
Here come the Banelings. It's going to target that pylon, and once that pylon goes down, all these Zerglings can swarm in as... Oh my god, I think this is all over red over here for Trust.
That's going to be it. What a way to start off the first game. Not much he can do, and Overcharge is going to come down here, but there's so many Lings in the main.
Even with these overcharges, and even if Trust defends this, damage has been done.
And even with the control here trying to focus down the pylon, it wasn't the most effective focus, but it just doesn't matter. Too many Lings into the main. Nothing is powered, and the Baneling rolls in. GG! Dark going to stroll on through to his first win.
Yeah, Trust trying to do something really fancy there with the Disruptor drops, but we didn't even get to see the Disruptors being dropped into Dark's base because Dark, he saw that window of opportunity to start adding that Baneling nest, start rallying those Zerglings over, and just run over him because Trust didn't have any units to defend.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what you need as like one of the top level Zergs, right? You need that killer instinct where you get a scout like this and you're like, no, I'm just going to kill him. Because maybe a really good Zerg, but a slightly lesser Zerg than Dark would just
Maybe
be
like
oh, I
curious
know
to
what's
someone."
happening. I'm just going to defend. I'm going to play greedy and try to defend, and then sometimes they mess up the defense. But Dark's like, no, I see my win condition. He actually cannot defend this.
Yeah, that sounds like something
You know?
maybe a player like Curious would do. As you said, like that lower than Dark, but still pretty good. That kind of fits what Curious is as a Zerg player.
Yeah,
here
for
in
sure.
Korea.
Makes sense. And that was a very quick game number one. Dark said in his interview that he picked Trust because it was just going to be a comfortable game. He saw Trust as one of the weakest players, if not the weakest player in the round of 16, and immediately just picked him up.
Yeah.
So
And
going well so
we
far.
saw Dark just completely wreck Trust in that game. But our next game will be on King Sejong Station, a map that we see time and time again as well. Like tonight, we're probably just going to see nothing but Frozen Temple, Frost, King Sejong Station, and Dust Towers. The fifth map is New Gettysburg, but I have a feeling that a lot of people are going to be vetoing that map.
Yeah, I mean, we might see it from Dark if he has to go up against Alive. You know, we saw lots of Terrans, both Beyond and who's that other Terran in the group yesterday?
It was Seed. There was only one Terran.
Oh, there was only one Terran?
Yeah.